Is your humble servant, the blind oracle of Cosmic Christ Fellowship. Beloved brothers and sisters, belong to one belief or faith or the other. Either a Christian, either a Muslim, either Hindus, either Buddhists or traditionalists. But one thing I want you to appreciate is this. All these religious organizations or groups we affiliate ourselves with or we associate ourselves with, and we profess their belief, doctrine, dogma, and practice their rituals and exercises and the rest, are only a process. How does this impact you? How does this transform you? How does this affect your relationship with others? How does this impact your relationship with others? How does this transform you? Because it's not about obsession and fixation with your religious belief to the extent that you even have the effrontery, the audacity, the impudence to determine those who are wrong. Because to you, the path you are on is the best, is the only way. To the extent that if somebody is not on that path with you, if somebody is on a different path, to you, the person is lost. To you, the person is not a child of God. Beloved brothers and sisters, it is not the religious belief you profess or you belong to that makes you a child of God. You are a child of God because God has created you His image and His likeness. Because the very breath God breathed into all humans in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, there's no differentiation between the breath of Christians, the breath of Muslims, the breath of Hindus, the breath of Buddhists, the breath of traditionalists. So when you are discriminating, treating people based on their religious affiliation, based on their religious background, because that's what your religious faith tells you, that anybody who doesn't belong to your faith, it is you must reject, you must discriminate, you must hate. And yet, I don't know where Jesus taught that in the four Gospels. I don't know why the disciples taught that anyone who does not believe their message or is not part of them must be discriminated against. So, beloved brothers and sisters, it is not about the religious belief you profess, but it's about the life. It's about the character. It's about the behavior you portray. Because at the end of the day, Jesus the Christ said in Matthew chapter 7, verse 21, he said, it is not everyone that says, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of God, but those who do the will of my Father who is in heaven. Beloved brothers and sisters, it's not about your profession. It's not about your religious affiliation or your religious orientation or programming, but it's about the will. What is this will? Love one another. Show compassion. Serve the needs of others. That is why Jesus the Christ and all the masters that came demonstrated enormous love, demonstrated enormous compassion, demonstrated enormous service to humanity. And in Philippians chapter 2 verse 5, we are being entreated, we are being admonished, we are being cautioned to emulate the character, the attitude, the lifestyle of Jesus the Christ, of all the masters that came, because they serve the needs of others. They show compassion, they show love, and they were very humble and do not treat people based on their social pedigree. They did not relate with people based on their social background. They did not treat people based on the class they belong to in a society. Because in the realm, they recognize the fact that we are all one life force energy, regardless of your physical condition, regardless of your economic situation, regardless of your social background. In the realm, we are all life force energy. That is why everybody, every human goes down the grave, because we all have common destiny. Yes, physically, you might have been different from somebody. You might have certain privileges. Perhaps you might have been educated. Perhaps you might have been born in a good family. Perhaps you might have had some political or economic or academic opportunity. But that does not make you better off than somebody who doesn't have. Because in the realm,